Heard him speeding to speed here. Peel into the parking lot. Am I being arrested for asking questions?
No. What kind of information do you
Okay. So it says that if you are, let me get my tablet. Okay, it says that aiding and abetting someone.
Are you wanting to report something else, or is this going to be the same stuff that you tried to report there?
Did you took an aiding and abetting report from me?
Okay. Ma'am, is this the same complaints that you've had?
I don't think that I've done an aiding and abetting report.
Okay, I think you're trying to just create fictitious reports at this point. Is there any other crime that you're trying to report?
Making false reports is criminal.
Absolutely it is.
Right, and you haven't been held accountable. How would you, I can't speak nor my reports, then.
Is there anything else that you're reporting that you haven't already reported?
You took a report of terrorism? Someone aiding and abetting?
Okay. What terroristic acts are you reporting?
Did you do anything with the death threats you got? Someone threatening to poison the water supply, cutting off communication?
It's all been documented.
But it hasn't been investigated.
Okay. Is there anything else other than what you've already reported that you're wanting to report now?
I didn't. Did you take that report? Wasn't aware I reported it.
You absolutely have.
I reported that transit has been cut. You have it that documented that transit has been shut off for me and communication.
You have documented all.
But yet an investigator hasn't called me in all these years.
Okay. You reported all of that. Is there anything new today?
Why did she send you out here if you weren't going to answer any questions? It's fruitless. I told her that you just came to commit crimes. You just came. I don't know how to get anything addressed because all you do is abuse badges and guns and never see accountability. You're making it an impossibility. I get it that you're taking bribes, but that puts my safety at risk. There's supposed to be proper protocol. There's supposed to be proper protocol, and no one's putting you under control. That puts my safety at risk. So why would they dispatch officers that deflect, don't want me to have any knowledge, use intimidation, make false reports, and repeatedly commit crimes over and over?
Is there anything else that you want to report?
Well, what's the relevancy? I'm not getting anything addressed.
Answer my questions.
You're not answering my questions. I had questions. Yeah, I mean, you just aren't getting charges. So they don't. This is a criminal. What's really happening? They don't want me to get anything. They're taking bribes. They don't want me to get feedback. So they use this intimidation, bullying to come out, and they know how it feels that law enforcement is now criminals. They know how that feels, so they come out, abuse power, and enlist everyone they can into their criminal activity. And have them citizens take the fall for crimes that they repeatedly commit. So they can't essentially send themselves to prison. So they have to come bully, violate, and try to convince other people that they're not racking up felonies and demand that I don't record crimes they repeatedly commit. Federal charges. So now they're scamming, whatever's happening, now they need to talk to the officer. No one cares in the whole, everywhere I live, that law enforcement cannot abide by the law and listen everywhere I'm at to be in cahoots with it. They don't care. No one can see this is wrong when you have law enforcement that can't abide by the law. No, they don't see it. Crimes aren't crimes when law enforcement repeatedly commits them. All kind of federal charges. They knew upon my interest in this environment, I was playing a domestic violence crisis that involved the government, and it was serious. Everyone knew upon my entrance here. They knew that it was all kind of crimes with courts and government officials. I told them I was a government witness up front before I signed the contract. I said that my abuser and the government, they enlist people to be in cahoots with it. You don't have to worry about, bringing drama and stuff here. The only thing that you have to worry about is them enlisting you to commit crimes. If you have integrity and people around me have integrity, I don't think that you have a concern. But the way that it goes for me, they enlist people into stalking, harassment, and other crimes is what I reported. She said, no, there won't be any integrity issues here. You're safe here. That's what was communicated with me. I don't know why someone would stop law enforcement all the time and while they're actively committing a crime. It's the mind game. So he had to leave me, just like the other day. You need to know who we're dealing with. He stopped right there for the mind game aspect. He couldn't talk to me. He had to leave, but someone else is more important with this mind game. The other day, you saw me saying, what am I going to do about the rape and the case management? They left. They didn't have time to see me. They had to talk to my neighbor, my stalking neighbor. Like I said the other time when Austin Collins 7245 was deflected and had to help someone else. I know you didn't believe me, but I've been going through this a long time. I know the petty mind games. They want me to know someone else has more importance than me. Petty. But yet they haven't got charges to be accountable for it yet. Like Diane Hammer did. All kind of people are coming out witnessing police wreck up felonies. They don't know. Are we possibly going to go to jail? What if we get caught? You're telling us to commit all these crimes? You know, we realize that what you're doing is criminal, sir. Enlisting us to take the fall for active crimes you're committing. So now they're trying to strategize to save the rescue the court in this false eviction. So their scam is that the police came illegally on their own. I didn't call the police out. The sheriffs. They try to strategize ways to keep themselves out of prison with anyone they can. And they're trying to scam on creating a disturbance by reporting crimes. That way they can illegally evict me and feel safe. Now he's getting out the car to help someone else. I can't record it because they'll strategize that I'm recording people. So he can report a crime. They're still there. He's still there. Got out the car. Helped this man with his crime. He didn't call him. I called someone's monitoring stalking me in the background. I thought stalking was a felony. So he didn't call the sheriff's office. I called the sheriff's office and the sheriff's office left. But this man can flag down the sheriff's office and he get out the car and help him. That's their con. They're not in cahoots with someone that's demented and likes psychological abuse and mind games. Because that would be criminal. They were not in cahoots with someone petty. But he has stepped out to help this random man that realized he had a crisis in the middle of my crisis. He stepped out to give them the law enforcement that I can't get. And anyone willing to do law enforcement can see this insanity take place. So he's doing some kind of fictitious report. Then the man that wouldn't give me services is walking around here. I didn't call the sheriff's office out today. They came on their own to play a mind game. You guys, I told you guys that the sheriff's comes on their own. I called 911 because all they do is come bully and violate. You need to know, you guys are evicting me, but the sheriffs come out all the time on their own. Like today, I had to call 911 and say they don't come and send them out. They just cover for crimes. You hear me? You hear me, sir?
Oh, I didn't know who you were talking to.
Yeah, I was talking to you. The sheriff came out on his own. You didn't want to hand it to me? That's rude. I've reached my hand out to give it to you. I didn't get anything from SMI One Card and all these other parties that I was expecting mail from. I didn't get anything from Attorney General. But Golden Crescent, this schedule planner. Because I don't know where all my mail is at going all these locations. He's telling my stalking neighbor that he's welcome. Come talk to him anytime that he needs any help. But they can't help women flee abuse, period. You didn't offer me any help to flee abuse? He's like, I'm being ignored. Sir, I didn't get help to flee abuse. He looked at me and then looked off. I'm excluded from services. He just told my neighbor, if there's anything you need, let me know. Maybe law enforcement is the reasoning. And I said, you didn't help me give me any resources to flee abuse.